This is Svanur, a pro FPV drone pilot flying the most expensive FPV setups known to man. And this is the Avata 2, the most popular FPV drone in the world. Today, he's going to be testing out the DJI Avata 2 setup for the first time and giving the inside scoop of what a pro FPV pilot honestly thinks of the Avata 2. And spoiler alert, his thoughts on this drone will actually shock you. This is Svanur. He is a professional FPV drone pilot, and today I'm gonna get him to fly the DJI Avata 2 and get his first flights in with it. So I know you are a professional FPV drone pilot.
Yeah.
What kind of drones do you usually fly?
I mainly fly like a 5-inch FPV drone with a GoPro camera on it, and then I also have the FPV Cinelifter with a Recomoto camera on it, and all sorts of FPV drones for all sorts of different projects. Yeah, I'm very experienced in FPV, I would say.
Guys, he's actually insane. He's worked with a ton of huge companies, and his drone setups are worth like just an incredible amount of money. Svanur, have you had any experience with the DJI Avata 2?
I actually haven't. I've just flown the DJI Avata 1 once it released, and the DJI FPV drone, like the first FPV. I thought they were amazing when I tried them out, but now that I've tried like proper FPV drones and I have a lot of like experience to talk on about it, I'd say they're not the best. They don't have the best performance. There's definitely a lot of improvement they can do. I think they're like really good drones, obviously for beginners and stuff, with all these safety features and all of that stuff.
Going into this, what are your thoughts on the Avata 2? How do you think it's gonna go flying this for the first time?
I don't think it's gonna be very fun, but I think like the main issue with that drone is the like how fast the drone can discharge the battery, or like how powerful it is. So, you know, if I full throttle on a normal FPV drone, it just shoots up in the sky. But this one, because it has so much software and safety features, it's probably not gonna have that much power, unfortunately.
Fair opinions on it. I trust Svanur with my Avata 2 with all my life. This guy has been doing the craziest waterfall dives and glacier dives like I have ever seen. So we just filmed a couple different videos, so you guys should definitely check them out after this video. So let's get Svanur to fly the DJI Avata 2 for the first time, set it up for him, let him take his first few flights. I'm so excited to see this.
I'm stoked about this, man.
Looks like bro is kitted up, so let's see him take on the Avata 2.
Motors are starting.
Yeah, he's going for it already.
Okay, we have entered manual mode. Okay, first thing, is it possible to tilt the camera down?
Yeah, there's a knob on the back here.
Think
Go
you
a
could
little
press
bit
it?
lower.
Oh, okay, there it is. Okay, so I usually fly like 15 degrees tilt, if it's not like a high-speed chase or anything. So there we have it. Okay, 16 degrees. Let's try this. The first impression, like the first thing that I think is like they can improve is the like performance. It's a little like underpowered, I would say. So that is definitely one thing. Yeah, underpowered, that's for sure. It's like not nearly as like responsive, I would say, as like normal FPV drones, and it's not like as like the controls aren't as crisp and precise, I would say. It's like there's some smoothness filter or something they have like in their other drones. Because like, yeah, that's a little weird, but it's not a problem. Otherwise, like here, being close to the ground, it's pretty cool, but I'm not as comfortable just doing that like with my FPV drones, being as close to the ground as possible, because it's like a little bit unpredictable how much throttle, or at least I can't predict it because I'm not used to this, how much throttle I need to give the drone to like hover properly. I do genuinely think the quality is worse. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, now I can really feel the wind. Like I can barely move forward right now. And Yeah, there's like no way of knowing really how much throttle you're giving the drone, because when I push the throttle on my drone, I have like a lot of information on the screen, like how much amperes I'm drawing from the drone, so I can like know how much throttle I'm giving it. So now it's like pretty hard to know how much throttle I'm giving it, and it's pretty important to know, so I can like realize how much I'm draining the battery and how long this will last in this like position with the throttle stick and stuff. But here we are, pretty cool cliffside. Gonna do a dive, go for it. Ooh, successful. My hands are freezing.
Going into this,
Yeah,
how were your expectations changed after flying it for the first time?
that's a good question.
Was it more was it underpowered than you thought it would be? More underpowered?
Yeah, I think so. I think because the battery lasts for so long, the battery isn't just made for a good performance. The batteries I fly have like a super high discharge rate, so there's like no limit. You can just send it up in the sky. So as soon as you take off, and you can just really rip it. You can just feel the power in that setup. With this one, they're like trying to limit the power so the battery lasts more, so it looks better for the drone, I think. The FPV drones I fly are only like 3 to 5 minutes battery life, which is like trash. Nobody would, buy an FPV drone from DJI and they're like advertising it for 3 to 5 minutes,
Yeah.
Everybody would like, what is that, bro?
That's such a good point.
Yeah.
Currently, this is the most popular
Yeah.
FPV drone, probably in the world. Can you see like why?
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy. Like it's just 3 things and the charger, a couple batteries. You don't need to learn anything other than, obviously practicing in the simulator and get good at FPV, but then you can always just fly it as normal. But the biggest factor is probably the charging FPV batteries. These FPV batteries that I have, for example, you need a separate charger. You need to learn how to charge batteries and how they react, and you need to make sure to pick the right battery type. Otherwise the battery just explodes in the charge while you're charging it, and you can't charge it too fast. There's all sorts of things that you need to make sure you're doing right while charging traditional FPV batteries, because it's not like a plug and play thing. You can't leave the battery just charging. You have to be present at the charger at all times, because something can happen at any time. How DJI does it is like super simple. It's just you plug it in just like your phone, leave it just charge. There's no problem.
I charge my DJI Avata 2 batteries. I don't even think about it.
Yeah.
But then as soon as I have LiPo batteries, I'm constantly I feel like I have the stove on in the kitchen.
Dude, it is like that.
It basically is like that. It's like you have the stove on in the kitchen every time you charge the batteries. So they're so much more powerful. But there's things where you can plug in the drone and then it can completely fry everything.
Yeah.
There's so many things that can go wrong. Whereas the DJI Avata 2 batteries, you plug it in, you turn it on, it works the same every time. It holds a good amount of battery charge. So that's really one of those things where there is a lot of pluses to the Avata 2.
No, yeah, for sure, definitely.
Are you ready to hop into the next flight?
Yeah, bro.
This Avata 2?
Let's get some car chasing while we got the light. Let's cross that horrifying river crossing.
Yep. Svanur did this to get to this location.
Yeah.
He did the most terrifying river crossing I've ever seen with his truck. Yeah. Check this out. He had to feel how deep the frozen river was with his tripod, and then he decided to just absolutely send it, which was crazy. This guy's crazy.
That was easy, bro. Light work. That was fucking horrifying, bro.
Dude, you almost fully submerged.
Well, now that we're over, let's head forward. If you look at the front of the car, it's like full of ice chunks. Look at this shit. Dude, this is how deep the river was. It went all the way up here.
You did it.
Crazy, man.
We'll get Svanur here. We got to the next location. I'm gonna get in and drive the car, and then he's gonna do a little bit of chasing with the Avata 2. So we'll see how this Pro Pilot is able to chase a vehicle and keep up with the car using the Avata 2. So yeah, let's see.
Okay, let's go in the car, bro. Motors are starting straight into manual mode. Oh yeah. Okay. I think I got the hang of this. So I'm just gonna go straight into manual mode. Nice. Okay. Let's go. Dude, these lights on the car are actually so sick.
Oh, I saw that.
Oh yeah.
There you go, bro.
Damn, this is good.
Good speed?
Yeah, really good. This feels actually really good because I guess it has like it isn't as precise and sharp, I think, in the controls as like the normal FPV drones that I have. It's like smoother to fly while inside a driving car because the hands are like, it smooths out the movements of my fingers like when they are bouncing around. So I think, maybe I'm just crazy, but I think it is actually helping in this case. But I would always want to have the best precision and sharpness in the controls I can, instead of having some like software smoothness filter or whatever. But in this case it's great, and you know, it's keeping up easily. Yeah, I think this is going great. And like, one thing about this one is that it has the DJI controller, which I am not a fan of. It's a really cheaply constructed controller, I guess you could say, because it has like everything about it is plastic. So the gimbals feel like pretty bad. They feel really cheap. They don't feel like high quality. While on the other hand, my FPV controller, it has like CNC gimbals, which is aluminum gimbals. So they are like much smoother to control, and there is like literally some oil inside of the controls to make it smoother, and it acts just like a joint in a mechanical system, so it's like super smooth and buttery feel. But as this one is, yeah, I can just like feel the cheapness of it, but it is surprisingly good compared to like, if you think about it, while it's plastic, it's surprisingly good. But yeah, definitely not the highest quality. But you know, this is going really well. This is really nice to control, honestly, while chasing a car.
You're doing amazing, dude. Like,
Thanks,
I could see this drone zipping around right now, and it's like he's doing incredible.
I have no idea why, but I really like this while chasing a car. It feels very smooth. Yeah, it's really great. Like, if I compare with my drone right now, I think it would be a little bit harder because of how much like how sensitive the gimbals are. So it would have more like movement and unexpected movements and stuff. Other than that, I don't really know like what else. It's just the same thing, like the underpowered thing, but in this case it's totally fine. We're not going that fast. I don't really realize it. I don't really feel for it right now. How underpowered it is, I guess. So yeah, that's pretty great. All right, bro, let's land this thing. So good. No scratch, nothing. The Avata has survived the Iceland trip so far.
Watching Svanur fly is actually insane. Like, the confidence that he has is incredible, dude. Noticing you just like flying around the car was absolutely incredible. How did you get so good, bro?
I think like because I have a background in being a pro PC gamer, you know, like FPS gaming. So I think that's like a very good foundation to be to have that skill to like have a good reaction time. That was a good foundation for me to start FPV, but then obviously I just practice and practice. I have about 200 hours on the FPV simulator in my computer, so it's a lot of practicing.
200 hours, bro?
Yeah.
Dude, they recommend 10 hours.
Yeah, that's
for like absolute beginners, but you have like 200 plus all the hours flying in real life.
Yeah, exactly. So, or maybe like 150 hours, something like that. It's quite a lot. FPV is all about predicting like where the drone is going before you do the move, so you can predict when you have to turn right or left and how much throttle you need to use before crashing into something.
Biggest tip you have for someone who's looking to improve like flying and just being as comfortable as you are?
I think I have this much confidence because I'm just quite experienced, I would say. I have all of these hours on the simulator, and I have been to so many shoots and projects. You know, this is my life. I love doing this. So I have to be confident, but I cannot be too confident. Knowing your limits is like the #1 thing, I would say.
What do you think of the Avata 2 as a pro pilot?
I think it's definitely a good drone. It's a good deal, I would say. Like, there's no reason for me to buy this thing or like to switch over this thing over my other FPV setups.
Give this Avata 2 a rating out of 10.
Oof, rating out of 10. Damn.
10 being like the best drone you've ever flown, 1 being like absolute, like just unflyable.
So the one thing that I noticed also is to tune these FPV drones is really a mess to do it with like the drones that you build at home. It's a pretty messy process. This one has a really good tune because it has a good software from DJI, so that's a really nice thing. So I think with the tune, with the battery life, with all these safety features, I'd say probably a 8.7. 8.7. The 1.3 that is missing is the plastic that is made out of the underpoweredness. Overall, I think that is the main thing that's holding it back from 10.
8.7 is actually a pretty good rating. I thought you were gonna rate it like a 6 or something. So that's actually impressive. But awesome, dude. Thanks for flying the Avata 2, bro.
Thank you for trusting me with it.
Hell yeah. I thought all of your insight on what the drone is made of, the power that it takes from the battery, and how it affects the battery life and stuff was so insightful.
Okay, sick. That's good to know. Yeah.
Let us know what you thought in the comments down below. What do you think of the DJI Avata 2? Is it a good drone? Is it a bad drone? Perfect for beginners? Or should you just go and fly something custom? Let us know in the comments down below. And we'll see you guys in a new video very, very soon.
Yes, sir. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
See ya.